Engineering students, today we're going to take a look at creating a paperclip. So in your OnShape, make sure you are in a Unit 2 folder. If you need to make a folder, please do create that folder. So head on into Unit 2 and create a new document. We're going to call this 2.2.5 Design Tools. And we're going to add all of our parts in here that belong into this packet. So right away, this first part studio, I'm going to rename it paperclip, because that way I know this tab has a paperclip on it. All right, so let's read on the packet. First, draw a sketch of the basic shape or path of a paperclip. Then, on a perpendicular plane, draw a circle with the starting point as its center. Then choose sweep. Okay, so the key feature that we're trying to use here is called a sweep. This is great for making pipes or tubes or really anything that we want to travel along a crazy path. All right, so let's go ahead and get on the front plane, and we're going to make a sketch there. I'm going to use the line tool, and always start at your origin. That's just a really good practice to take. So I'm going to make some perpendicular segments here, and it really doesn't matter what size you make anything. Our goal is just to create a basic paperclip shape. All right, so next up, if you have this kind of maze-like thing going on, I do want to create rounded edges to look more like a paperclip. So I'm going to use the 3-point arc tool, and that means I choose one point, the other end, and then I drag it until it snaps. So this snap or this lock-on shows me that it's nice and tangent to those two segments that it's working with. And then I'm going to do that all the way here at the bottom. 1 point, pull it out until it snaps, and then click to place. And one more time right in here on this other turn. And so all of these look really good. It closed up some stuff, so I have segments that I don't want. You could go through and individually click on them and hit backspace. That works just fine. There's also a tool called the trim tool, which just helps you take out pieces at a time and hopefully not, quote, too many pieces, right? If you hit the wrong segment, just hit undo or whatever. Nope, back to trim. There we go. All right, so trim is a really good tool. It takes off just portions. So that's another piece. All right, so this path looks really good. We could travel or walk along this path. So what was the second piece? Well, it had to do with a perpendicular plane. So I started on the front plane, which means the top plane and the right plane are both perpendicular to the front. But specifically, I want the plane that's going to connect with that starting point. So that means I'm going to place a new sketch on my top plane. And you might have to kind of angle it around, maybe look at it from the bottom. That's a good angle. And we know we started at the origin. So if I put a circle at the origin, I know that that's connecting up with my starting point on this paperclip. Okay, so I'm going to hit the check mark. I didn't make a huge circle there, but there is a circle there. So one of the warnings was that after we choose sweep, we're going to select the circle and then select the path. If it won't sweep or there's an error, double check the size of your circle because it might be too big to make those turns. So we do have to watch out for making sure that it just fits and can bend all the way around this. Mine looks like it's going to make it just fine. So you could even make your circle bigger, right? Or make it smaller. It depends. Do you want a chunky paperclip or do you want a skinny one? Whatever you want. So where's the sweep tool? It's right up in here near some other tools that we've used. So sweep creates, adds to, subtracts from, or intersects parts by sweeping sketch regions or planar faces along a path. Create or add to surfaces by sweeping lines or curves along a path. So if I hit sweep, right, faces and sketch regions to sweep, we're going to choose that circle. Then it turns red because we need to click in the sweep path and then choose our path. Now, sometimes it doesn't pick the whole path, so we have to go through and select each piece individually. That's kind of a bummer, but it's okay. Just go ahead and select. That way, if you don't want to go all the way, you don't have to click all of it. I don't know what this checkbox does. Keep profile orientation. I can't tell what that did. So anyway, just click the green check and everything looks really good. So it is like segmented, but it really is one continuous thing. If you want to change the way that this looks, I would click on shaded without edges. Ooh, yeah, that looks pretty good. If you want to hide the planes, click P on your keyboard. P will hide all of those planes. So here is a paperclip, and that's how you use the sweep tool.